Partners have been involved since the inception of the Georgia PGA Award ceremony, so for 16 years. Along with tonight, this partner also supports several other events throughout the year, and we want to recognize each and every one of the representatives here tonight with us. So please welcome from Club Car, Mr. Fred Palmer, Russell Lord, Dylan Murray, and Clacy Clegborn. So again, I've shared with you that both partners have been here since the beginning. When this event was conceived, Mr. Mike McCollum was the first to step in and say the Weir Foundation would be a part of it. And I personally owe a lot to Mr. McCollum, as he was on the hiring committee when I was hired. But the scholars that have been up here to speak over the years certainly have left a lasting impression of Billy and Billy Weir. A special thank you to the Weir Foundation for their continued support of this event. And if they would please rise, a special thank you to Mr. Mike and Susan McCollum. Thank you. And in that spirit, I would like to bring up some Weir Scholarship Award winners. Scholarship winners. First, I would like to bring up the 2020 Weir Scholar recipient, Ms. Peyton Staten.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Peyton Staten. I'm the 2020 Weir Scholar. I'm currently attending the University of Florida, majoring in health studies. I first want to start by congratulating everybody, the award winners here tonight, and I want to wish everyone even more success in the future. So, we've all heard the phrase, change the world, and we may have even asked ourselves, how can I change the world? Sometimes the world doesn't literally mean the entire globe, but just the world around each and every one of us. Those of you fortunate enough to have known Shirley and Billy Weir are aware of their compassion of the people in their world. I've heard stories that Shirley and Billy Weir were able, for many, to change their world, and now they've changed the world for every Weir Scholar. The Shirley and Billy Weir Scholarship was founded in 2005 after the passing of Billy Weir. Mr. Weir was a sales representative with Ping Golf beginning in the late 1960s. Mr. Weir had no family to leave his estate, and since Mr. Weir always felt the golf community in Georgia was his family, he wanted to continue his long-term legacy of giving back and decided to give back to his chosen family. With that being said, I would like to offer a toast to Billy Weir in recognition of his upcoming 100th birthday next Wednesday, February 15th. The Weir Scholarship opportunity is available to employees and children of employees at golf facilities that employ a member of the Georgia PGA. The Weir Scholarship continues to allow Mr. Weir to give and to do so much for people that he would never even meet. As of the spring semester of 2023, his giving has reached a total in excess of $3 million for scholar benefits and represents a total of 29 scholars in 17 years, including our 25 graduates. The criteria of the scholarship includes employment status, academics, community service, school involvement, personal essay, and financial need, and is awarded annually to a graduating high school senior or seniors. The Weir Scholarship provides a full scholarship to the school of the recipient's choice and includes tuition, room, meals, books, and any other expenses required by the school of their choice. This year's deadline for the scholarship is March 1st, so as you return to your various facilities, please share the Weir Scholarship opportunity with those around you. Please allow me for the next few minutes to introduce those in attendance associated with the Billy and Shirley Weir Scholarship Foundation. Again, we have myself, Peyton Staten. I'm attending the University of Florida, majoring in health studies, And here with me are my parents, Melissa and Terrence Staten, and my little sister, Chloe Staten. We have our 2021 scholar who was unable to attend, Renee Erdesostigi. And we have our 2022 scholar, Bryn Hebner, who is attending Georgia Southern University, studying elementary education, and here with her parents, Dan and Missy Hebner. We also have our Weir alumni and trustee, of course, Mr. Mike McCollum, and his wife, Miss Susan McCollum. This brings us to our featured scholar of the evening, Olivia Najawicz. Let me share with you a little bit about our Olivia. Olivia was raised in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and she was a 2019 scholar from Brunswick Country Club. She will be graduating from the University of Mississippi this spring with a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. While pursuing mechanical engineering, she has completed internships every single summer. She was a prototype engineering intern at Grady Whiteboats the summer of 2021, where she had a hands-on role working with the design and engineering team to develop solutions and modifications for the upcoming model year, as well as improving the efficiency of the manufacturing line. With COVID causing a shortage of parts, her role became crucial in designing solutions that helped get supply and demand back on track. At her most recent internship with the Georgia Ports Authority, as a crane maintenance intern, she aided in multiple projects that not only contributed to the mechanical efficiency for cranes used at the port, but also contributed to the overall efficiency and safety of the port. Through thorough research both on and off-site, she's helped develop a solution that implemented a smart landing system for the port's largest and most crucial ship-to-shore cranes. Currently, Olivia is working on a senior capstone project sponsored by Train, where she's working with Train and the University of Mississippi to develop a design to retrofit an existing air handling unit to a fan array to provide better energy efficiency and sustainability. While working closely with Train, she was offered a full-time position as a technical sales engineer with them after graduation. After graduation this spring, she will be moving to Nashville, Tennessee, where she'll be joining Train's graduate development program. There, she will begin training with HVAC systems. In the meantime, Olivia has also taken on a part-time role as an intern for Train's Tennessee offices. Here tonight with Olivia are her mother, Julie, and her sister, Lily. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our 2019 scholar, Olivia Najawicz.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start off by congratulating tonight's award recipients for their recognition. I also want to thank everyone for coming out tonight for this wonderful event to celebrate the Georgia section of the PGA. I am extremely honored to represent an amazing foundation that has proven life-changing for many of us, blessed to have the opportunity and the foundation to pursue our dreams that may have been unreachable. I cannot begin to express the gratitude that I have for my Weir family. I remember the day I interviewed for the scholarship. I vividly remember driving out of Macon, where that never-ending roadwork was. I had just left, filled with nerves and emotion, awaiting for that call that would shape my future. We were less than an hour out when I received the call from Mike. He had one final question for me. My nerves were up, and he asked, "Would you do us the honor of being the 2019 Weir Scholar?" Still now, I cannot describe the amount of emotion I felt. Relief, joy, excitement, achievement, and so much more. Mike once told me that it's not easy to be the one to make the calls to each applicant after the interview, but he said that one call, the one call that changes the life of an inspiring student, proves to be the best part of the process. The last thing Mike said to me on that call was, "Welcome to the family," and indeed that has become an honor since. The financial award is nothing compared to the relationships I've grown through this. Mike McCollum treats all of us Weir recipients like his own. Because at the end of the day, we all share the same gratitude and appreciation for Billy and Shirley Weir. After all, they are the start of our ever-growing family. Now, I never had the honor of knowing Mr. and Mrs. Weir, but getting to know and love Mike and his wife, Susan, I feel like I have through their spirit. I want to thank you both for welcoming me with open arms since day one and continuing to hold the Weir spirit at every opportunity. Mike, thank you for your continued support through my college journey. You've truly embodied a father figure to me. Thank you to my Weir family for being there, and I am so thankful to have people to share this privilege with. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you all and learning about each of your stories and your goals. I also want to thank my mom and sister for not only being here tonight, but their never-ending support and positivity. I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today without them. As I am finishing my senior year of college, I look back on how this scholarship has enabled me to pursue my career in engineering. Not only was I given the opportunity to obtain a degree in mechanical engineering, but I've also been able to build hands-on work experience through internships and projects while in school. After graduation, I will be a full-time employee with Trane Technologies, where I'll be moving to Nashville to complete the graduate development program offered, and eventually becomes a systems technical sales engineer for the Tennessee region. And before I finish, I want to restate what Peyton said earlier. The application deadline is approaching for the 2023 Weir Scholar. I hope you all encourage anyone you might know to consider applying or applying in the future. This scholarship is a blessing that I am forever grateful crossed my path. If not for that one person who shared this opportunity with me, I would not be where I am and where I'm going. So please get the word out. You never know whose life you're going to change. Thank you all again, and good night.
I mean, raise your hand if you want to hire a Weir Scholar. Who wouldn't, right? And I think it's important for us to take note of that. You know, some of these Weir Scholars are becoming mechanical engineers, going on to big careers, but it started in golf, and that's really neat. That's really, really cool. So let that sink in a little bit. Now, we're going to get started with the evening on recognizing all the wonderful PGA professionals that are here tonight. It is my honor to bring up our MC for the evening. And we had to talk about this, who was going to MC. You know, in my time now, it's my third year and we're going through 3 presidents. I thought it was me. But if you look at where the other 2 presidents have gone, Metairie Country Club, the West Palm Golf Park, I mean, they're going to big jobs. And I told him he better not leave. It's blood in, blood out. He cannot go. But I want you all to get to know our current president a little better. So again, it's my honor to bring up the 28th president of the Georgia PGA and general manager at Valdosta Country Club, Mr. Cary Brown.
How cool is this? This is a special night for me because I get to claim Peyton. So Melissa, Peyton's mom, is my comptroller at the club, and you know, we started talking about the process of going through this and what it involves and how it changes lives, and what an incredible thing for somebody that is, you know, an employee at a club with a PGA professional to have a child to win this award is so prideful for us at the club, and we're so proud of Peyton and everything that she's doing. So congratulations again. I was thinking about what I was going to sort of lead off with, and on the way up here I was thinking about the PGA and family and how those two things sort of correlate together. And I wanted to share a story with you real quick before we get started about something that happened on Wednesday. I had a sales call from John Creech at EasyGo, and we were trying to get a plan together for what's going to happen when we reopen our golf course. We're in a renovation right now in the fall. And so we were going to go have dinner, and we wound up sitting at the club in our locker room and sharing some fellowship with 3 of my members. One of those members, Chris Bonson, is in the throes right now and dealing with ALS, and so he's really struggling, but he has a smile on his face every day. I mean, never complains, never doesn't have just this great spirit to him. And so John got to spend some time with him that night, and we wound up going across the street to one of the other gentlemen's houses and having a nightcap, and one of those guys was mentioning about the golf courses that he wanted to play in the state of Georgia. And somehow Ford came up where Ryan Skipton is there in Savannah, and Creech remembered that he had just been there and speaking to Ryan, and Ryan's father, for those of you who don't know, passed away from ALS, and he has a tournament there at Ford, and Zach Brown Band is involved with that thing now. I think John Hopkins, they call it Hop on a Cure. So I reached to my phone at 9 o'clock at night and dial up Ryan because we got to go play, right? No way he's going to answer, so I'm just going to leave him a message. He answers. And so I tell him a little bit about Chris and the conversation that I just had with John. And he said, you know what, buddy, we put it out yesterday. In 24 hours, the club sold it out. $100,000 they raised for ALS, 24 hours. And I was like, you know what, Ryan, that's great. But, you know, maybe we can just come spend the day. If we can't get a team in, we'll just hang out. Chris would love to come over and spend the day and just see the place. And he said, you know what, I'll call you back in the morning. So the next morning, I get a phone call. And he said, you won't believe this. I called Kaylee. She's running the thing. She said that someone had double booked, and there's a team open. And so you're in. And we were talking about Chris, and we want to celebrate him, and we were telling about Kaylee about that. And she said she had talked to Zach, and so they're going to celebrate Chris that day. Chris is probably going to get to come up on stage, hang out with Zach, have a special day. But man, the impact of golf, right? And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that you people in this room, you guys do this every day, all over the country, all over our section. It's golf. It's the PGA. It's powerful. And so I'm so honored to be here in the room with you guys tonight. It's the best of the best, our industry leaders. Let's get started. Everybody ready? All right. Our first award is the Assistants Division Player of the Year. This player finished 4th or better in 5 of the 6 Assistants Division events he played, including a win at the Assistants Match Play. Please congratulate from Chimney Oaks Golf Club, Hunter Suggs. All right, our next award is the Super Senior Division Player of the Year. In 2022, this ageless wonder and founder of the Georgia PGA Senior Division in 2002 had another terrific year. He finished in the top 4 in all 11 Super Senior Division events he competed in. Please congratulate from Noonan, Dan Mullins. Our next award is the Senior Division Player of the Year. This player finished in the top 3 in 8 of the 12 Senior Division events he played, including 4 wins. This marks the 8th time he has been the Senior Division Player of the Year. Please congratulate from Sylvester, Sonny Skinner. Unfortunately, Sonny is not here tonight due to a prior commitment, so Jeff Kaneko, Georgia PGA Senior Division President, is accepting on his behalf. Our next 2 awards are the biggest honors for a player in our section. The Gregg Wolff Award, awarded to the player with a low stroke average during select Georgia PGA championships, and the Georgia PGA Player of the Year. This player is the most decorated player in Georgia PGA history, and he continued to add to his legacy in 2022. He had a scoring average of 71.69 over 13 rounds to claim his record 10th Gregg Wolff Award. The great scoring average propelled him to a finish in the top 10 in 5 of his 6 tournaments, including winning his 4th PGA championship at Sea Island Golf Club. His consistent play earned him his record 11th PGA Player of the Year award. Unfortunately, he was unable to attend tonight, but please help me congratulate the 2022 Gregg Wolff Award recipient and Georgia PGA Player of the Year and recipient of the Weir Trophy, Tim Weinhart from Heritage Golf Links. He's so good. They're all really good, aren't they? You're good too, John. You're a good player. All right, now on to our chapter award recipients. When I call your name, if you'll just make your way to the front, and we'll congratulate everyone as a group. In the North chapter, Assistant Professional of the Year, Roger Myers. Youth Player Development, Nix Duncan. Teacher of the Year, Cody Carter. And Professional of the Year, Stephen Kepler. All right, congratulations, guys. Now from the South chapter, Assistant Professional of the Year, James Hamner. Youth Player Development, Alex Messenger. Teacher of the Year, Vinnie Deroff. And Professional of the Year, Scott Justman. Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to move on to our section awards. We're going to start with the President's Award. Introduced for the first time in 2003, the President's Award is presented annually to a section member based on the following criteria: overall promotion of golf, level of impact on the game of golf, ability to inspire fellow professionals, and level of a professional expertise. So, harken back to October 5th, 2019, I was tailgating down in Gainesville, Florida, getting ready for the Florida-Auburn game. All y'all know I went to Auburn. I know you can boo me now, but I was so optimistic. I'd never been to the swamp. I just knew we were going to dominate. Wrong. I should have been really, really upset, but I tell you, I wasn't, because moments before I walked in that gate that day, I had gotten a call from John Godwin that I had won the Professional of the Year. John Godwin. Since I was a kid in Columbus, I used to drive down to 2nd Avenue on my way to church at St. Luke United Methodist Church, and I'd cruise by Godwin Creek. I had no idea that you had anything to do with it, or if you built it. I could imagine you out there on a tractor. That's what I used to think. And now John Godwin was calling me. You know, he has all the qualifications for this award in spades. Every time I hear his voice on our EC communication calls on Wednesdays, I learn of some new place in the world that he's growing the game. Junior golf and John Godwin are the same words to me. He has inspired me to be better since the day I met him. He speaks softly but intently. He looks you in the eyes and you can feel his wisdom, but his smile always is disarming and comforting. He's a mentor to many, and most of the time he's probably unaware that he's even doing so. He's just being JG. There's no lifetime achievement, my man, for consecutive years as honorary president, so this will have to do. Please welcome to the stage from U.S. Kids Golf, John Godwin.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're really kind there with those words. First of all, congratulations to all the other recipients here tonight being honored at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Wow, what a treat. And to the Weir Foundation and Mike and Susan, thank you so much. You know, all of us get to share this moment with our professional peers, our loved ones, and family members, and those on the live stream. Special shout out to my buddy out in Seaside, Oregon tonight. I hope you're on the stream. Cary, thank you for honoring me with this year's President's Award, and yes, I was on a tractor. Just, you know, it wasn't a John Deere. The thing was it was kind of like Palmer's tractor, but dirty. You know, my dad introduced me to the game while I was growing up in Columbus, and I fell in love with golf because I got to wear my mother's golf shoes with those FootJoy spikes in it. And, you know, it was just, it made this sound. It was just way cool on concrete. Now, if you're under 35 years old, you've probably never worn metal. On the Weir Scholars, have you ever worn metal? Huh? You don't know what you've missed out. It's one of the greatest things. And I'm sure many of you, almost all of you, have shared a similar moment in your life when you were forever changed. You know, I remember winning in a playoff over Jeff Jarrell at Spring Hill in Tifton, Georgia, to win the Georgia Junior PGA Junior Championship. I think it was the first one. Our section was established in '69, and I won a $1,000 scholarship. Now, think about that. That was $1,000 in 1969. I Googled what that's worth today. $8,000. I mean, that was a big check. And it really helped me a lot. And, you know, all the while we were there, Jeff and I, at night, we were watching TV with rabbit ears on it. I know Weir Scholars don't know what rabbit ears are either. You know, we were all glued to this TV watching Neil Armstrong walk on the moon with Walter Cronkite doing the play-by-play. It was just an incredible moment. And here we were, 18 years old, you know, watching this thing go down. That was 1969, and what a year for me in so many ways. I was lucky enough to get a scholarship to Florida State, and upon graduation, I enrolled in the PGA Apprentice Program. My singular focus was to become a PGA member. I got my first start as a ranger on a golf course in Puerto Rico with Dan Murphy vouching for me. Dan didn't really know me. Paul Booman called him, and he vouched for me. And he vouched to the then head professional at Dorado Beach, one of the world's premier resorts. And I drove a red Ranger cart around, and I was the ranger and had to pull the carts up. Mr. Murphy just left there to return to Georgia, later becoming the head professional at Cherokee, then becoming the president of our section. Little did he know the role he had played in getting me started. Over the years, I've been lucky enough in my playing career. I've played in 12 professional championships. They changed the name of that so often. I played in 7 senior club pros. I earned 2 spots in 2 PGA championships, 2 senior PGAs, and a senior U.S. Open. I've been the teacher of the year and player of the year in another section, and our section's junior golf leader twice. It's just been an incredible honor to have that happen to me. I was honored to receive the National Junior Golf Leader Award in 2004, being one of 15 Georgia professionals to have won national awards. It's been a great ride, I can tell you. Doing it alongside some of the finest men and women I have ever known. I'm joined here tonight at my table by people who have made significant contributions to the game here in Georgia and have helped me personally on my journey. Richard and Stephanie Callahan joined me from Columbus tonight. They operate and manage 4Kids Columbus, a 501c3 foundation at Godwin Creek Golf Course. And you can see, I think that's Stephanie, is that the fifth hole? Is that the hole I designed and almost butchered? Yeah, I think it is. You know, Godwin Creek is named after my dad, Bill Godwin. Dad played center and middle linebacker for Georgia and snapped the ball to Frankie Sequinch, who won the Heisman Trophy in 1942. Sequinch was the first player from the SEC to win that award, but he got the ball from my dad. They were lifelong friends. Richard and Stephanie saved Godwin Creek when we were about to go under, close our doors, and call it a day. We were on our last breath. I was transitioning my career, not around to help much. They did and have done all the work. Your dedication, determination, love for the youth of our city can not ever be repaid in dollars. Only gratitude for giving the gift of golf to many kids who otherwise may have turned to drugs, crime, or dropped out of school. And Richard, you shared with me tonight, we lost a young man last week. You have earned the respect from all who know you, loved by the kids whose lives you have changed, and appreciated by our section. I know my dad would love you both, saying, hunker down one more time. Thank you, Richard and Stephanie. To Jim Martin and his wife, Angie. Jim, thank you for your guidance and leadership during your time as the president of our section. I remember it was you who told me to consider running for section secretary, and it surprised me. I'd never even considered that. You told me it would lead to becoming president, and it would change my life, and it has. You were right. Thank you for believing in me, Jim. And Jim, you're now the director of golf for the city of Columbus, and you play a pivotal role in the success of Godwin Creek. Thank you. Also joining me are Dan and Jennifer Van Horn. They started U.S. Kids Golf in 1996. That was a blink of an eye ago, but that was eternity, wasn't it, Dan? You'll see on the screen here a picture of Dan and I. I'm going to tell you about that painting here. Dan is founder and CEO. You have had an incredible influence on my life, both professionally and personally. You hired me in 1999 to join you in an effort to help kids have fun, learning the lifelong game of golf, encourage family interaction that builds lasting memories. That's the company's mission statement, written by Dan and Jennifer. And it is wonderfully powerful. Now, this photo of us, this is great. In the background, you know, Dan, you look like the CEO of the RNA and in the painting, and I don't know if you can see, but me, I look like I'm coming off a 3-day bender, a caddy out of the caddy yard there at Luff Nest New. I think the artist, our friend Tony, maybe he thought we were ugly, or he studied under Vincent van Gogh. I mean, it looks like a Van Gogh, kind of. Oh gosh, it's been a while, hasn't it, Dan? Dan, the personal part. You know, you helped me draw closer to the Lord, helping me in my journey in faith. You and Jennifer has always led by example, and I appreciate all you have entrusted me to do, and I'm grateful for your friendship. Finally, to Rebecca and her 2 children, Elena and Vivi, who traveled today all the way from West Palm. Thank you so much. Now, this photo that you see was taken at the Venice Open in Italy this summer. Rebecca is the daughter of the love of my life, Karen. Karen is not here tonight. She had a knee replacement surgery on Monday and is resting at home. Hopefully she's going to be able to get to her left side a little better after this. So, Karen, I know you're watching the live stream with Sister Cheryl. So I went ahead and ate your portion of the meal. It was really good. Elena and Vivi, I hope you're having fun playing golf and that you have experienced lasting memories with your mom, your Nona. Rebecca, I don't think you wore your mom's golf shoes when you were dancing on concrete, but I know you love this game dearly, and you are passing it on. We're going to speed through this. So I've got a picture. I think our next picture is one of me and Karen. I took her to the high school prom. Thanks for going with me, Karen. Look at me. I'm 18 and she's 17. She was a year younger. You know, we went our separate ways only to find each other in this stage of life. Life comes full circle, doesn't it? She still looks the same, and I kind of look like the guy in the painting. Thank you, Karen, for your love and support. So in wrapping up here, I've got a few thoughts to share before I close on the life lessons I've learned from all the chaos that we call life. I believe none of my life's journey is driven by complete chance. I've been helped by God's guidance even though I was deaf to his words, making bad decisions, and thinking I was in control, that I could make it happen somehow, only to find dead ends along the way. It was just his way to show me a better path, his plan for me, more narrow, and the perfect opportunity to grow closer to him. Thank goodness for all the learning detours, ruts and all, as they teach us to be better, hopefully becoming the best version of ourselves. There is, after all, a game clock. We are all a work in progress, being known by others in so many different ways. Those we meet reflect on how we make them feel. A grateful heart can lead to peace, joy, and happiness. It is contagious. We can see it in those that have it, and I believe it comes from above. The youth we serve need guidance, love, compassion, and a growing confidence in who they are. Kids are professional learners. They give the teacher a grade, so teach wisely. They might just choose to follow in your footsteps if you inspire them. I'm grateful for all that I've learned from others along my life's journey, especially lessons taught by my PGA family to me. You've given me joy and happiness that I can never repay. I've been blessed beyond measure being a member of our association. President Brown, Cary, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Congratulations, John. All right, now for our Salesperson of the Year. Introduced in 2017 in recognition of your dedicated, generous, and tireless support of the Georgia PGA, this award honors the golf salesperson in the Georgia section for his or her outstanding service and dedication to the members and associates of the Georgia PGA. Please welcome from Mizuno, the 2022 Salesperson of the Year, Koby Davis.
appreciate that. John, do I get to read through your notes again? You know, it's a different occasion when your peers nominate you for something like this. You know, at Mizuno, we have these sales contests all the time, and you know, when you win those things, it's mostly a volume sales-oriented thing, and this is totally different. I think this is how you earn respect. You know, being a PGA pro too, having this award granted to me means a lot. You know, the nomination means a lot. To win it means even more. So I thank you for the recognition for doing a job well, doing it right, trying to constantly do it the right way. There's a lot of wrong ways you can do a sales job, and that truly is a sales job. I'm the worst salesman there is, if that's the case. But, you know, I think, you know, just growing up, you know, I didn't have a dad that played golf. He was terrible. So I just kind of started out on my own. My uncle came up from Myrtle Beach and had never played a hilly golf course, and I lived in East Tennessee, and that's all we had. So I didn't know what a flat lie was like until I turned 20. So he kind of introduced me to the game, and it's something I fell in love with. I was always a pretty good athlete, could play other sports pretty well, but this one kind of got in my head a little bit. So I kept at it. Plus, nobody's trying to hurt you. So anyhow, you know, there's a lot of influence that you guys have poured into me over the years, sharing time with you guys, how you run your business, how you run your employees, how you treat them. You know, I think the key is just to be nice. You know, be nice. And I've got a story. It's not too important, but I'll share it with you. How many people in here work for the airline industry? Good. So I apologize. I apologize where this will go. So before I became an assistant pro, I was working on the maintenance crew in the morning. So I worked from 6:30 to 2:30. And then I worked at the airport from 3:30 to 11. I did that for about 2 years. My thought there was I could fly cheap and play golf, except I worked all the time. So I didn't fly anywhere cheap, and I didn't play any golf. But one night I looked on my flight manifest, and I saw Sam Snead's name. And there's a few of us in here that may remember who Sam Snead is. There may be a bunch of us that have no clue who he is. But anyhow, so I saw him on my flight manifest, and I went upstairs. I was just going to introduce myself. I had just filled out my paper. I was tired of the morning job, and I wanted to work more in the afternoon in the golf shop. So that meant I had to become an assistant pro and sign up for the PGA and start that process. It was back when you had to go to the schools. So I go upstairs, up into the gate, and I'm looking for a hat, you know. And so I saw him. He's over by there, and I was like, oh, it is Sam Snead. So I go over and I introduced myself. I said, Mr. Snead, my name's Coby Davis. You're on my flight tonight going to Roanoke, Virginia. Just wanted to say, you know, what an amazing career. Over 80 wins, blah, 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 you know, just kind of gushing over him. And he stood up and he looked at me and he goes, boy, the only thing I need you to do is make sure that luggage gets on that flight to Roanoke. Boy. So I went downstairs and I pulled all his luggage off the flight to Roanoke, and I sent his luggage to Charleston, West Virginia. I wasn't a boy when he got to Roanoke. I was something much worse. Be nice. So anyhow, that's a little entertainment value. Some folks I need to thank, obviously, My wife, my 2 daughters, my inspiration. I thank you guys so much. I'll put it this way. When I took the sales job, I heard my daughter talking to one of her friends, and they were chit-chatting back and forth. And my daughter says, yeah, my dad's starting a new job. And, you know, I didn't know what the conversation was. She goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have to do anything but just sell stuff now. So that's kind of my life. I just kind of sell stuff now. But anyhow, thank you guys for the recognition. You know, I really appreciate the award. And to all the other award winners, well done. You know, your peers really, really look up to you, and we thank you for all that you invest in us. So thank you. Thank you.
Did he get any miles out of that? All right, Merchandiser of the Year. In 1978, the PGA of America and Sports Illustrated established the Merchandiser of the Year award to recognize those PGA professionals who have excelled as business people and merchandisers in the promotion of golf. The Georgia PGA honors professionals in 3 categories: public, private, and resort. From the resort category, please welcome Bill Daggett from Barnes & Gardens.
Oh boy, that was a good speech there, Mr. Godwin. I appreciate that. I'm glad that Coby was able to follow you and not me, but that's okay. I remember going to your ranch down at Callaway in 2016 for the Assistants Cup, and I'm not a good shoot, that's for sure. There were some other individuals that were better than me, but that's okay. We had a great time. But I want to say thank you for opening up your home and letting us come in and enjoy that. So thank you very much. Coby, we go back 20-some-odd years, I think. And in fact, I still have that set of MP9s in my garage. They're not for sale. So, and the putter that you gave me, the TP Mills, I actually ended up sending it to David Mills, and I still can't putt with it. So it's all good. But thank you very much for the nomination, Cary. I appreciate it. It was kind of a shocker when you called me. But I'm in good company. This is a fantastic opportunity, and congratulations to all the winners here tonight. I'm thrilled and excited to be here tonight, celebrating an occasion with everyone, and congratulations to all the winners and all your efforts and passion to the game that we love. I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to the nomination committee. As I know your hands are full in reviewing all the candidates, thank you for your efforts in selecting such a fine group of individuals tonight. I'd like to thank you, the Georgia PGA, its officers and staff, for creating such a great event. Billy Weir Scholarship is such a great opportunity for young individuals to further their career in college and beyond, and it's just a great opportunity for those individuals to succeed. I've seen the photos from this event years prior, and from what I witnessed, everyone was having a great time, so I'm grateful for being here. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the staff of Mercedes-Benz Stadium for hosting this event. It truly is a spectacular building and facility, and every event that I've experienced with my family has been spectacular. So it truly is an exceptional building. So thank you for all the staff being here and supporting us. Much appreciated. Over the last 20 years of my professional career, I've had the privilege of working with and learning with great individuals. Some of you are in this very room as we speak. Individuals that have made an impact on my life and my career, helping me to become the professional and the person that I'm standing here before you. One of my first career opportunities was working for Ray Wells. I don't know if you remember, Ray Wells was a consummate professional at Planetary Ridge Golf Club in Peachtree City. He took me under his wing a long time ago, and I learned a lot from him. Mostly just having fun on the golf course. That was the biggest thing. You're here to do a job, your work ethic, your attention to detail, your teaching, and being a servant all while having fun was most important. So I appreciate Ray Wells for guiding me in that direction. Unfortunately, he is not here tonight to celebrate in the festivities. I've also had the pleasure of working with an individual who has also received this award in the public category, not once, but twice, in a different section in Michigan. Many of you know that I used to live in Michigan. I left in 2006, moved to Traverse City, got married, have a wonderful family, worked at Treetops Resort, and then ended up going over to Traverse City Golf and Country Club. When I was at Traverse City Golf and Country Club, you had to find something to do in the wintertime when you got 15 feet of snow on the ground. And so the golf center was where I kind of hung out and taught, and our indoor golf simulators and fit, merchandise, things of that nature. But that individual that owned that facility, his name's Doug Lichty. And if he's not caddying at the Madison Club in Palm Springs, he's probably doing that somewhere else. I owe a lot to Doug. Doug, he took me under his wing and showed me not only to manage a business, but the ownership side of a business. Inventory opportunities, cost of goods, understanding the books, all those. Those are all important of what we do as merchandisers. Providing a product that not only sparks interest for your members and guests, but they get to take something away from your pro shop that they are proud to have. And working at Champions Retreat many years ago, I actually had to do that during a Masters Week. So I understood that very, very well and very quick at the same time. Fortunately, my staff here at Barnsley was not able to make it. We've had a couple individuals that decided to take some vacation time and further their own desires and whatnot, but I do celebrate them. Chandra Stone, my right-hand woman, she was one that took me in when I got to Barnsley Resort. Chloe Gardner and Hannah Hollingsworth are my two workhorses. Those girls are outstanding, second to none. They could paper fold like nobody's business, I'll tell you what. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family, my wife Kate, son Christian, my daughter Charlotte, my mother's Marilyn and Bunny, and my brother who cannot be here because he's gigging at the Carolina Opry right now, Brian, for all the years of supporting me. From the lows to the highs, and especially the many hours, you've all been there by my side every step of the way. So I'm grateful and thank you for that. It means a lot. I love you all so much. One individual that I must thank is one individual that could not be here tonight. This individual is the one person that helped me get started in this quest to becoming a PGA professional. It began with summers on the driving range at Gorilla Golf and graduating to a rundown par 3 course at Sonoya, which is probably not there anymore. It's a go pasture now. And then, ultimately, finding time to get on the golf course at White Oak. When we were together, we played as much as we could. I'll never forget returning home after my PAT and watching him, elated and filled with joy, knowing that I had passed on the first try. He loved the game. He absolutely loved it. Masters 86, sitting on the couch with him in Annandale, Virginia, watching it. And I didn't know, I was like 10. But at the same time, he loved it. He just absolutely loved the game. He was my biggest supporter, and I wish he was here to celebrate. So, Dad, thank you for teaching me everything that you know, taking the time to mold me into the person I am today. I miss you very much, and I thank you. May the music in the game play on. Congratulations to all the winners tonight, and thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Bill. From the public category, please welcome James Morra from Bears Best Atlanta.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, want to start out by thanking my wife, who I met in Chateau Alon a long time ago, who was a bev cart girl. You know how that was frowned upon these days. You can't ask the bev cart girl out anymore, can you? So thank you, Sarah, for everything that you've done. Past, this April's 18 years of marriage, so thank you. We've never been apart since we met, so Chateau Alon. Also want to thank my team, You guys, this past 3 years, when this March will be 3 years, I'll be working at Bears Best. And when Ian hired me, I think it was in March, and COVID hit. So we didn't even think we were going to have jobs. We didn't know what was going to happen. So it was a struggle at first. And then now we just went through another struggle with the ice storm that we had. We had a little pipe burst. So Bears Best is getting all new digs. So I'm getting a whole new pro shop, so I can't wait. I told Ian that we needed to leave the water on a little bit longer. I wanted a couple more new things in the shop and everything, but no, we couldn't do that. So we did a good job cleaning everything up, and everything was great. For this past 3 years, it's been really good. So the team, thank you so much. Marty Topper, David, Mitch Guth, Ian, special thanks to you, our wonderful GM who's been great ever since we started there. Daisha Bice is not here tonight. She's our controller, pretty much our mom there at work and takes care of us. So we just, and Jenny Tyler, I couldn't pass up Jenny Tyler as our sales director. We have a lot of tournaments at Bears Best, you all know that, and that's why I'd be able to sell a lot of stuff. So it's been a pleasure. It was a dream of ours when I started with Ian. He said, I think we could get this. I think we could win this. So I'm like, all right, we'll try it. So we busted some tail, and we got it done, and we're looking forward to the future. And I just want to thank all the winners tonight, and thank you for the Georgia PGA. Appreciate it. Thank you.
From the private category, please welcome Mike Rymer from Champions Retreat.
Evening, everybody. First off, Koby, that's an incredible story. I'm going to tell that one again. Thank you and good evening to you all. This is a special evening for all the PGA Professionals Award winners and their families who are here tonight. Thank you to the section board and staff, employees for putting this terrific celebration together. It's an incredible honor to be standing here in front of you, and at the same time, very humbling. Even more humbling tonight, John Wade, our PGA Professional of the Year, I'm honored that you're wearing the blazer in support of me. Thank you very much. Couldn't help myself, John, sorry. I couldn't help myself. I remember receiving the call that I'd won this award, and I immediately thought it was a crank call or some kind of spam call. It took me a minute to realize, no, this is really happening. Right away, it made me think of my beautiful wife, Erin, my terrific boys, Lachlan and Jack. I love you all. They are most of the reason any successes I have. The PGA professional tends to work, let's call it quirky hours occasionally, and the weekends are always interesting. My family support has meant everything to me. I want to thank my parents for all those days driving me to the golf course, to this golf course and to that golf course. They supported me blindly, and that's something I will never forget. They knew I loved what I was doing and would have done anything to nurture that. My mind also immediately went to when I was told I won this award, to the people who have influenced me and mentored me throughout these years. This award is an accumulation of work and knowledge, not just for 1 year. My grandfather, Colonel Ted Geho, got me into the game of golf as an 8-year-old. My parents didn't play golf, but when we visited my grandparents in Florida, Grandpa would take my brother and I to Homestead Air Force Base to hit golf balls. Unfortunately, Homestead's not there anymore, but he was instrumental in getting me in the game. I would have not have been in the game of golf if it wasn't for my grandfather. Brad Schiefelbein, my pro when I was 10 years old at Laurel Pines Golf Course in Laurel, Maryland. He got me loving the game. He would call our little junior gang the Junior Boomers. I spent pretty much every day of my summer there playing 45 holes a day. My mother would, the golf course was my babysitter. My parents would drop us off and trust Brad just to keep an eye on us. I want to thank a special thank to Kevin Taylor, who was kind of my mentor when I was working at Four Streams Golf Club in Maryland. Kevin is now the PGA professional at Argyle Country Club in Rockville, Maryland. He was a great mentor and won this award in the Male X section of the PGA when I was his assistant. Cameron Weeb, thanks for being a terrific mentor and friend. I learned something new from you every day on how to be the consummate PGA professional. A special thanks to my lead assistant, Eric Epting. He probably deserves this award more than I do. His assistance in managing the operation is immeasurable. Golf has given me an incredible life, and I'm so proud to be a PGA member in the Georgia section. I thank all the great clubs in this section, and it makes me more proud and humbled to have been chosen for this award. Thank you. Have a great evening.
The Patriot Award. The Patriot Award is presented to a PGA professional who personifies patriotism through the game of golf and demonstrates unwavering commitment and dedication to the men and women who have valiantly served and protected the United States of America. For Savannah Country Club, please welcome our 2022 Patriot Award recipient, Michael Assey.
Cary, last time I saw you, I think we spanked you by, what, 5 or 6 shots? That was fun, for me at least. Thank you tonight. John Wade, thanks for coming and closing for me tonight. I know that was a long drive from Sea Island. Before I get started, I want to thank my lovely wife, Amanda, the glue to our family. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, Amanda. My father-in-law and mother-in-law take care of our children while I'm at work on the weekends and the holidays. Thank you. Mom for always laughing at my jokes. And Sarah and Jessica for coming all the way from taking your weekend from Folds of Honor. It's meant a lot to me. So every time I go over one of these Folds of Honor speeches, it kind of brings tears to me, so I'll try to not break up too much. So in 4 days, it'll be February 15th. This is just an average day for us, the day after Valentine's Day, which I hope I celebrate with my beautiful wife, Amanda, and my beautiful daughters. But it's not a great day for everyone. On February 15th, 2014, Master Sergeant Aaron Torian was killed during his 6th deployment in Afghanistan. He left behind 3 beautiful kids, similar to mine, and a beautiful wife, Shirley, similar to mine. All 3 kids are on our scholarship recipients. Shirley was my guest speaker at this year's tournament and solidified my commitment to the Folds of Honor families. I'm honored and humbled tonight to be selected as your 2022 Patriot Award winner because of my efforts with Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor educate scholarships to fallen or disabled military service members and now first responders. I am grateful through my event to assist those who protect the freedoms we all enjoy. This year in Georgia, we hosted one of the largest events, the largest one-day participant count in the country, funding almost $500,000, translating into 100 scholarships in our own Georgia community. In closing, there's no greater call for me than that to assist these families who protect mine. Thank you again for the honor.
That's such a cool award, very deserving. And by the way, Michael, I have 5 of these plaques on my wall, and none of them say player on them. 0. All right, Assistant PGA Professional of the Year. The Assistant PGA Professional of the Year is based on the overall performance of his or her club's service to the section and association and leadership ability. From the Landings Golf and Athletic Club, I'll get it there. Please welcome for the 2022 Assistant PGA Professional of the Year, Pete Vitiello.
I got it out.
Got it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. First tee of a tournament is a lot easier than this. I'm extremely honored and humbled to receive this award. Dan received this award last year. JP, I've followed in some really great footsteps. So again, extremely honored and humbled to receive this. My wife, Blake, 2022 was a pretty big year for us. We welcomed our baby girl, Ellis. So to be able to achieve this award at the same time as becoming a father was extremely incredible. So a lot of hard work has gone into it. Thank you for allowing me to work weekends, holidays, long hours. It's not easy being married or a spouse to a PGA professional. So the long hours, honestly, I mean, this award is just as much yours as it is mine. Mom, 7-8 years ago, we talked about a plan, and I cannot tell you that I did not think I'd be standing here. Last couple years have been pretty special. So it's plans work out. They may not seem to go as smooth as you want, but golly, look at it. So Mike, senior head professional, as you call me, your golf buddy. At the end of the day, you and Tad took a chance on me not once but twice. First time I can understand, the second time, that's on you. But, if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have my wife, I wouldn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be standing here today. So at the end of the day, I owe everything to you, and thank yous, that's not enough. So at the end of the day, it means a lot. Chris, you and Mitch, I've worked for the last couple years. You guys have allowed me to do what I do. Learn kind of from my mistakes sometimes, but you guys have guided me and showed me that I'm on the right track, and I'm always learning. So thank you for that. It's a team award as an assistant. Our jobs, we do a little bit of everything. So just to touch on a little bit of who I've worked with, Jason, Alyssa, Seth, Diana, Cortland, a lot of the people I've worked with at the club, they've allowed me to be away probably a little bit more than some of the other assistants. Try to participate as much as I can in the section events. At the end of the day, we're golf professionals. You start by taking your PAT, and when you finish that program, you've got PGA behind your name. And I really try and pride myself in not letting my golf game go. People come to us for golf, maintain that. So I owe a lot to the staff there for this award. So it's a team award. Again, Mike, my wife, Chris, Mitch, Mom, thank y'all, and thank everybody for being here tonight.
Gene Siller Youth Player Development Award. The Gene Siller Youth Player Development Award recognizes the PGA professional who is a leader in junior golf and who reflects the ideals of those who work with youth. Work by this PGA professional includes the promotion and development of junior golf at the club level and support for national junior golf programs. It's been awesome to see this award named after Gene this year, and going off script a little bit, I think it was very deserving. Gene embodied this award, and after his tragic passing in 2021, his wife, who's with us here, Ashley, reached out to the Georgia PGA for help in honoring Gene. Through her vision, the Gene Siller Memorial Grant was born, which provides financial assistance to young golfers in Georgia by supporting those looking to learn, play, and compete in junior golf initiatives. Jean's grant is a pillar of our foundation, PGA Reach Georgia, and she has graciously joined that board to further lead the Jean Siller Memorial Grant. I'd like to welcome Ashley Siller to the stage.
Okay, well, in the spirit of going off of script, just for a second, Scott, I promise you'll invite me back next year. There is a group of people in this room that are not in the program, but should absolutely be celebrated. You're like, what's she gonna say? If you are a wife, spouse, girlfriend, fiance, partner of a PGA professional in this room, please stand up. Stand up, come on, stand up. Come on. No golf claps, real claps. Like Pete just said, I wrote it down, this award is just as much yours as it is mine. And one more round of applause for all of the wives out there, spouses. All right, now back on script. Thank you so much for allowing me this extraordinary opportunity to present the Youth Player Development Award that was named for my late husband, PGA professional Gene Siller. I stood up here last year accepting the PGA Professional Award for my husband for all the tremendous impacts and contributions he made to the golf community. Gene was exceptionally passionate about growing the game of golf, especially junior golf. And he would always say he wished he had more time to dedicate to junior golfers in need who equally shared his passion for the game. With hopes to keep his legacy alive, the Gene Siller Memorial Grant was established after his passing, and like Cary said, it provides financial assistance to aspiring and underprivileged young golfers for golf lessons, tournament fees, and golf camps. That is the legacy you leave on this earth when you leave this earth. And that is how many hearts you touched. But tonight, the Youth Player Development Award recognizes the PGA professional who is a leader in junior golf and who reflects the ideals of those who work with youth. This award is a tribute to the lives Gene touched, and it is awarded to a very special PGA professional in this room, and that with unwavering commitment continues to dedicate his time and give back to the junior golf community. So with that, if anybody has any beverage left in their cocktail cup, please raise your glass. It is my absolute honor to welcome from Coosa Country Club, the very first 2022 Gene Siller Youth Player Development Award recipient, Brian Albertson.
Well, I've caught in a little bit of grief tonight about the red coat. As many of you know, Ashley, we all join in celebrating the Gene Siller Memorial Golf Tournament. So I saved the red pants for that day. That's a special day. But red is special. This is Georgia's UGA's home away from home. We won 3 games here recently on our way to our back-to-back natties. So JG, your dad is looking down happy today. Just a few bullet points here. I won't take too much time tonight, but I'd first like to start out by thanking Ed Horde. Ed, he instilled in me, and he allowed me to go out at a private club, Athens Country Club, and do these types of things. And it's hard to do it at a lot of clubs. A lot of clubs, the grown-up members, a lot of our guests and sponsors things might be members at some nice clubs, and it's hard for adults to give up their clubs and golf courses to allow professionals to really get out and encourage kids. And I know Gene was a big part of that. He did that at Pine Tree down the road, and we shared stories about those things. So thank you to Ed, our Georgia PGA legend. of the past that really instilled some of those things in me. It is a team award like a lot of these awards tonight, and I've got my team that helps us with, we have a very elite player, a boarding school, the Coosa Junior Golf Academy in conjunction with Darlington School. We're in our 13th year of that program. Obviously, we did a lot of programming prior to that, but it's been a very successful program, and I've got Trip Powell and Gerald Cox, and back home is Gus Holbrook, who's Mike Miller's swing guru right now. But anyway, thank you to my team. Also, a big thanks to my family. There again, Ashley, what you just did, recognizing the ladies in the house, or the spouses and significant others of all the golf professionals is key. I also have my son Jack. He's here tonight, just finished up at UGA. Not with us tonight is your 2012 Georgia PGA Junior Tour Player of the Year, Peyton Albertson. She's back at enjoying a big Valentine's dinner at Coosa Country Club tonight. But anyway, and also thanks to our Coosa Country Club membership, similar to what I was saying before. You know, they provide an amazing atmosphere for us to be able to promote junior golf there, and they take it personal. They want that, and I'm proud of that. We've got one of our top players, Colin Doss, here. He's one of the top amateurs in Georgia, and so thank you, Colin. He's on our golf committee, so thank you for being here. And then also a big thank you to the Georgia PGA Junior Tour. That's something that some of you don't know, that Scott Gordon and I started that tour over 20 years ago. I was the junior golf chairman, and it's been very successful. Matter of fact, Dan Mullins, who was recognized earlier, Dan started the senior tour the exact same meeting. In one board meeting, the board meeting was held at Atlanta Country Club. We formed the Georgia PGA Junior Tour and the Section Senior Tour on the same night, and that was a big night. But over the years, Scott Gordon and then Michael and now Tanner, they've done a wonderful job with your junior tour, and it's something we should all be very proud of and support. At virtually every event, you'll see either myself or Trip Powell with a busload of kids from Coosa Country Club. We take on average anywhere from 6 to 16 kids to every event. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. To the spouses, thank you for letting us do that. I know Brittany and Kristen would rather their husbands not be on the road with all these other kids and be with our kids, but we love doing it, and it's wonderful. One other little thing, someone else is being recognized tonight, Mr. Stephen Hamblin. I will say that copying something is the greatest form of flattery, and yes, Scott Gordon and I definitely copied the American Junior Golf Association and what we were doing with this, knowing that it was a step in that direction, knowing that the AJGA is the cream of the crop, and thank you for setting such a good example for all of us with your programming. On that note, our current Player of the Year, the Georgia Junior PGA, on the female side. We've had several over the years, boys and girls. This year, Thera Kachaminene is our current Player of the Year, and I'll be traveling on Wednesday with her out to Stanford to the AJGA events. And I think Scoop's in the house, so I'll see Scoop out there at that event. So looking forward to that. But lastly, in addition to supporting your Georgia PGA Junior Tour, I hope to see everyone at Pine Tree for the Gene Siller Memorial Red Pants. That day we'll all have on our red pants. Look forward to it. Thank you all.
One of the special things a president gets to do is to call all the award winners and let them know that they have won in their respective categories. But this year, after the board unanimously voted to rename that award after Gene, it was also very special to get to call Ashley and let her know that news. So couldn't be happier. Player Development Leader. The Player Development Award is presented to the PGA professional that has made extraordinary contributions and achievements in conducting and/or supporting Play Golf America initiatives. The award also considers the member's service to the association and involvement in community and charitable activities. This one's pretty special to me, as this person is pretty special to me, and I couldn't be more happy to call up from the Atlanta Athletic Club. Please welcome our 2022 PGA Player Development Award recipient, my friend Shawn Koch.
Y'all having fun? What a great night this is. Thank you to the Georgia PGA. I've been so blessed to be at 4 different venues for these awards, starting at Turner Field to the Hall of Fame to Truist Park and then to here. And I think this is the coolest place ever. And largely I get to spend a little bit of time with my family because, and that's the favorite part about all this, is just to spend some time with the family. But thank you. I'm truly honored and blessed. Thank you to the awards committee, Nick and your team putting this together. I know there was probably more candidates, probably better than I am, to be awarded this, so I'm truly grateful and humbled by this. But a lot has to go with my team at home. I work with great instructors from Jimmy Harris, Matt Shack, who've been there for so long. Chris Morra, who won the Junior Leader of the Award last year, is an amazing instructor. I get to work along with him. Caitlin Cannon, who's going to do amazing things, and Jay Eunice as well. So I am so blessed with an instructional team. I'm a very lucky man. Tonight I have my director of golf, Bud Taylor, with me. I thank him almost every day for taking a chance on me. Thank you. Jim Kiker's with me today. He's a committee chairman that we've got these great visions for the athletic club. Hopefully we can see it go into fruition sometime, but just dreaming is fun. I'm looking at my dad. He's been a life member for 55 years of the PGA. I swear to Pete, I did everything before 18 to satisfy a PGA professional. I can tell you this from the, no joke, and if my mom's listening online or watching online, she would testify this, but I think I cut cups, mowed greens, did a junior clinic, answered phones, took tee times, short-term cook, all in one night, and then bartend while you were on Thursday Night League. I mean, he's really the CBG pro. So thank you, Dad. Tom and Allison, my in-laws, couldn't do life without you guys. My kids who adore you, and you are the best Uber drivers. You are the best. I mean, you do everything for us because our family is so busy. Phoebe and Jack, I might not reach your expectations as a dad, but you have reached mine as kids. I love you dearly. And the best teacher by far in my family, the best educator in my family, my role model is my wife. She has made so many sacrifices on Saturday mornings. Thank you for anyone right now that doesn't thank their spouse for Saturdays that you're working. I mean, come on. I mean, Saturday's a work day, right? Monday's the day off, right? And everyone else goes to work on Monday, but not golf pros. We're looking for a game to play. But Megan, I love you. I adore you. You're my role model. I can't breathe without you. So thank you for who you are, and you've made me such a better instructor with all your efforts. And so I'm so proud of this award. I think it embodies who I am as an instructor, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night. And thanks again.
PGA Professional Development Award. The PGA Professional Development Award bestows special recognition on a PGA professional for outstanding service and contributions to developing and improving educational opportunities for fellow PGA professionals. Unfortunately, our award recipient was not able to be with us tonight, but please join me in congratulating the 2022 PGA Professional Development Award recipient, Daren Johnson from Frederica Club. PGA Golf Executive of the Year Award. The PGA Golf Executive of the Year Award bestows special recognition for performing outstanding services in an executive management position while possessing qualities of leadership, vision, courage, moral character, and substantial record of service to the association and the game. I would like to welcome Scott Geary to the stage to present the next award.
Hello again. Well, if you've looked at your booklets or seen the award winners, you probably know why I came back up here to present this award. First, I want to say thank you to everybody. I know it's a long evening, but this is a very special evening, and I know this guy, more than anybody else, is all about pace of play, so we will continue with it. But this really is a kind of a full circle moment for me. I interned with the AJGA, and now here I am presenting an award to their executive director as the executive director of the Georgia PGA. It truly is special. Scott Gordon made this script, and this was the one thing I came in on and said, hey, I kind of want to present this one. So for me personally, he's the reason I'm here today. He embodies a culture, building a culture, which he does at the AJGA, a desire to get better and a willingness to let you swim but never sink. I can assure you I would not be standing here if it wasn't for him. In fact, he told me not too long ago, about 2 years, couple months, hey Geary, it's time to go for a big boy job. He truly does support every one of his staff members, and I'm grateful that he did. You know, the three greatest letters in golf, I think, are PGA. The four greatest letters in golf, for me personally, are the AJGA. And so it's an honor for me to bring up your PGA Golf Executive of the Year award winner, the Executive Director of the American Junior Golf Association, Mr. Stephen Hamblin.
Appreciate it, Scott. Thank you so much. Cary, thank you. What a great honor. What a beautiful venue. It is humbling to be here among all these talented PGA golf professionals. I want to thank Club Car for their support of this and support of golf throughout the industry. Fred Palmer has been a long-time supporter of the AJGA. To the Shirley and Billy Weir Scholarship Foundation, fantastic support. Thank you to the selection committee. And I want to thank my dream girl. I was lucky enough to absolutely find the girl of my dreams in Pinehurst. Carol, give a little wave, please. Thank you very much. And I want to say congratulations to all the award winners. What a great honor it is to be with those that are excelling in this sport. I couldn't wait to be a golf professional. Could not wait. The day I graduated from Michigan State University, I drove down to Palm Harbor, Florida, because I got a job offer from Jay Overton to be on his staff. Now, I don't know if any of you know Jay, but he's got quite a reputation. And this first story kind of encapsulates it. Go up to Jay's office, ready to go to work. He says, no, you got to go to HR and fill out paperwork. So I go down to HR, and she presents the papers to me, and I look at my job title, and it says cart boy. Koby, you're with me. I said, ma'am, there must be some mistake because I'm here to be on the staff with Jay Overton, one of his assistant golf professionals. She says, it's just a corporate term. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, and I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not signing this. She says, well, you know I'm going to have to call Jay. I said, okay. Jay tells me the same thing. Just sign the paper, Stephen, let's go. I said, Jay, I'm not signing this that says that I'm a cart boy. And I'm really not a controversial person, so I don't know what got into me, but this is how I'm starting my career in golf. Jay had one of those orange convertible golf carts that went about 45 miles an hour. And he was going to come down to correct the situation, and I can still hear the screeching of the tires when he pulls up to that trailer and smoke filled the trailer with his cart. He comes in, scratches through, cart boy, writes assistant golf professional. He says, now, are you ready to go to work? I go, yes, sir. That's how I started. I was 28 years old when I started with the American Junior Golf Association. And I was completely unqualified for the job. I had never done a payroll. I had never run a board meeting, let alone sit in one. I was a lot worse at the rules of golf than I thought. I never put a sponsorship together. I never asked anybody for financial support, and I never traveled. But I was just willing to work hard. That's all it was. We started in 1984 with 5 employees, 2 of which didn't make it through the year. We had less than 1,000 junior members, 15 tournaments, no qualifiers, no trucks, no trailers, no interns, just a broken down Dodge van that had about 175,000 miles on it. Today, we have 72 full-time employees, 100 interns, a membership of over 9,000 from all 50 states and 60 countries. Wonderful sponsorship from people like Club Car, TaylorMade, Adidas, Mizuno, Rolex, Ping. We have a fleet of 16 GMC 2500 trucks, and they are really beautiful. And I'm just proud of what we've accomplished in my term with the AJGA. When I first came there, we had a code of conduct problem, or a conduct problem. People were coming to AJGA events to party. They trashed rooms, they drank beer, they vandalized hotels.
Check, check. Okay, we're back online. If everybody could have a seat, we'll get restarted. If everybody could just make their way back to their seats, please. Very sorry about that. All right, the Bill Strasbaugh Award. This award bestows special recognition on a PGA professional who has shown outstanding integrity, commitment to mentoring his fellow PGA professionals, and improving their employment situations and involvement in community and charitable activities. I'd like to introduce our 2011 Bill Strasbaugh Award recipient, Rick Maddox, to present the award.
Well, I can only tell you how excited I was when Scott Gordon called me and told me this was going to happen. I knew it happened for me in 2011. I never had the least idea that Jonathan was going to be the presenter for me. So you're talking about an exciting night. This equals more than that to me, to be a father, to be able to do this. I just want to tell you a few things about him. It's been a wonderful career for me, and it is a wonderful career for him, and it continues to grow. Jonathan actually came 2 months early so he could get started with his mother and I to start his career. So we were so excited about that time. He's been mature beyond his years ever since. He started going to work with me when he was 8 years old and was the best cart attendant that I ever had. Whatever task he was given, he always gave his all. We enjoyed every day of junior golf, high school golf, and the college. Those experiences helped him give and grow as a team member and build confidence in himself. During his senior year of college, he started working with mentors that exposed him to the business side of golf. Rick Burton and Chad Parker introduced him to the daily operations of a club. He completed the first stage of his PGA program before moving back to St. Simon's and started working with Brandon Veal at Sea Island. He completed his apprenticeship and became a member of the PGA in 2006. Opportunities to move forward in his career have moved him a couple of times. During each of those moves, we've seen him reach out to other professionals when he saw opportunities for him. It has been heartwarming to observe him share his knowledge and experience with others. His club members know that he does his best to offer them a great experience and grow their love for the game of golf. I've always told him, you must trust everyone, treat everyone the same, your team, your members, and fellow professionals. You have to show respect to earn it. He has become a fine young man, and that his mother and I are very proud of. He is a wonderful husband to his wife, Kelly, and father of 2 beautiful girls. Help me. At this time, please welcome from Cartersville Country Club the 2022 Bill Strasbaugh Award winner, recipient Jonathan Maddox.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. What a surprise that was as I stood here in 2011 and was able to present this award to my dad. When Cary called me several months ago, not going to lie, we were cleaning out the garage, covered in dirt and spiders and boxes and everything else, and that just made my day because I knew that evening I was going to get to call him and let him know that we had both been awarded this same award by the PGA, the state of Georgia, which means so much to me. Growing up in this state as a young guy, I don't want to date Scott Gordon, but I think I met him when I was in high school down at Glen Academy in Brunswick, Georgia. I can remember playing golf with Dad's friend Gregg Wolff and running in Dad's office and saying, "Oh my God, Dad, Gregg just shot 65 and he made it look as easy as it could be." And that was back when I thought I could be a tour player, so I was still grinding it out on the range and chipping and putting all the time, thinking that maybe one day I could be up there with Davis Love or somebody like that who I really admired. After college, I knew that wasn't going to happen, and was fortunate enough to go work at Eastlake Golf Club with Rick Burton, who recently retired himself, another legendary PGA professional, and Chad Parker, who gave me my first chance. Quick story, I almost lost that chance one morning. Chad called me and said, I'm standing here in the golf shop, and you were supposed to open this morning. And I said, no, I'm not, Chad. I switched with Jason. And Jason Ballard's about to host the PGA Championship at Oak Hill in a few months, so that whole HR issue never resolved in anything, thank goodness. But when I got that call, it was really neat to just reflect. I'm only 42, but as Dad said, I started out as a cart attendant when I was 8, so I feel like I've been doing this a long time, and I really couldn't be prouder of all my team members who've gone on to move into higher roles, whether it be a head professional or director of instruction or a sales rep. Or one of my former assistants called me the other day, and he's now in healthcare, and he said, "Pro, they've asked me to be on the board." And I said, "Well, you need to really think about that before you commit to doing that." But I do think he accepted from the nomination committee. But now, as I reflect on what they've done, I couldn't be prouder. Cody Carter tonight accepted the North Chapter Teacher of the Year award, and Cody was my head professional down at Savannah Quarters for, I guess, 5 years. And I just think about our time together down there. We shared a small office that was, 10 years past in need of carpet and paint, but we made the best of it. But when I reflect on that time, what we went through a lot together was having kids. He had Monroe already, and I think he had 2 children, and I had 2 children when we were all there together, and we just really figured it out between my role when I was director of golf there and his role as head professional, and he became just a star as a teacher. I couldn't be more proud of him tonight to see him accept that award and see Amanda and know that they have 3 beautiful children as well. That was, I'm proud of everybody, but, especially to see Cody tonight, what he's done and how he's shined is very, very heartwarming. A little over a year ago, when I was given the opportunity to become the general manager at Cartersville Country Club, that to me really, first time I visited the door, I don't know if anybody's ever been up to Cartersville, but another part of this award is the sense of community. And from the second I walked in the door there, I knew that was a special place, a special community, and I really want to be a part of that. My club president, Bill, and his wife, Jamie, are here tonight. Thank you for coming. That really means a lot for y'all to be here. And I am now about 1.5 years into the role there and look forward to getting more involved in such a special community that really cares for everyone. It's a small town, and if you haven't been up there, I encourage you to come visit. You might get stopped by the train, but we have a lot of good restaurants, and we have an amazing golf course. I hope you'll come by and see us. But when I accepted the Merchandiser Award about 3 years ago, I made a huge mistake. I didn't really mention my mom and how special she's been in my career, but just dragging me around the state of Georgia to golf tournaments for all those years in her van, which I think ran up about 250,000 miles between all the trips we made. Stephen, I was not the beer drinker at any of your tournaments. I promise you, back in the day, that was not me. But my dad recently retired this year, and he would probably admit if he was up on the mic, he was getting a little bored. We invited him up to be a guest for me at my women wedges and wine clinics because I think he still wants to get out and help people improve their game at the age of 72. He loves it, and I've been doing this over 20 years now, and I don't even consider it work. I consider it just a blessing. I feel like I've been blessed in my life, and a big part of that is my amazing wife Kelly. We're married for almost 13 years now. We have two beautiful girls, and I thank them as well for the support and everything they've done for me. And my sister Angela and her husband Trevor. Angela was a natural golfer. She stuck to tennis, but she can still outdrive Trevor. But we don't talk about that whenever we go out and play golf. But to have my name alongside my dad's in the history books just is amazing. That's all I can say. It's really special to accept this award, and I feel like I've still got a lot of years left, and I hope to help many more of my team members move on to bigger things. And my new role as general manager, that door opens even further as I take over different sides of the club and food and beverage and agronomy and aquatics and things like that. The ability to mentor and help people just grows even more. So it's really special, and I can't thank everybody enough, especially the awards committee for this, and the Georgia PGA for a great night. And again, thank you so much, and Dad, that was quite a surprise. You got me back because I know I got you the last time. But thank you, everyone.
Teacher and Coach of the Year. This award honors the outstanding teachers and coaches of golf among the ranks of the PGA of America membership. The award is based on the professional's overall performance in teaching. Innovative and special teaching programs the professional has played a key role in implementing. He is the first two-time recipient of the award, also receiving in 2011. From the Georgia Golf Center, please welcome our 2022 PGA Teacher and Coach of the Year, Charlie King.
Well, it's great to be here tonight in this great venue. I'm so accustomed to saying the same thing over and over and over, day after day after day. I bought the URL just recently, boringgolfinstruction.com, and might even do something with it, because it's just I'm the broken record of golf instruction. I say the same thing over and over and over when I'm explaining the concepts to people. And so I'm not as accustomed to, this first part, I'm going to use this card so I don't skip anybody. And then I'll do it pretty extemporaneously after that. But Scott, I want to thank you and your staff for such a great night. I really appreciate it. Cary, you and the executive, the board, Cary gave me that phone call, and it's hard to express how happy, thankful, grateful I feel and felt that day. I don't take any of this for granted. It is such an honor to get a chance to be recognized by the group of people that I have the most in common with. Any room like this, the PGA Merchandise Show, the Teaching Summit, there's just nobody as golf crazy as we are. And we get to be in the same room together. We understand each other. And so I really appreciated that phone call. My daughter Catherine, my son Brian, they have a tendency to say interesting and funny things from time to time. My son Brian once said to me, Dad, you'd have a lot of money if it wasn't for us. And I just let it sit there for a minute, Man, you're right. But I wouldn't trade it. Because what would I have done with that money, That's who I wanted to be with and spend the time with. And, my parents potentially are watching this in Decatur, Tennessee at 90 and 87. So that's a blessing that they've made it that far. Representing my friends, Paul Demerseman's here. He's here with me. Representing my players was supposed to be his son, Dustin Demerseman, but he, as players do, had a qualifier he had to play in today, shot the low round of his team, and so we're really proud of him. And he plays for Lee University, which won the Division II National Championship a year ago, and they're about to defend their title. Colleagues, John Tattersall's here. I teach at his place at Fusion Atlanta a day or two a week. John Provost is here representing Georgia Golf Center. I want to thank Danny Elkins and Scott and Chris Asbel as well for the opportunity to teach there. And my mentors, Craig Shanklin, and John is too. I mean, he's been a mentor of mine over the years. Golf in general, fitness specifically, technology has been a big plus, so I'm so happy he was able to make it today. When I started, it was a pretty inauspicious start in the golf business. I didn't play golf till I was 19 years old. Got the golf bug really bad. Just had this weird class my last year in college, and the professor gets up and says, if you could do anything and there was no limit on what you could choose, what would you choose to do? And I said, I'd win the Masters, no limit, I'd win the Masters. So I went and wrote it on a piece of paper. I was naive enough and dumb enough and just didn't know better enough to think I could do it. So off to Florida I go, and I tried to play. And so I come back to visit, and I needed a haircut. So I go to the barbershop, and the barbershop's closed. And so around the corner, they had the hair salon, which I'd never been to a hair salon. So around the corner I go, and the person who ran the hair salon was about 3 years older than me in high school, and she didn't recognize me. And so I sat down, and we're talking, and she goes, "Oh, you're Charles and Susan King's son. We don't live very far from them." I said, "That's right." She goes, "Well, what did you do when you got, when you left high school?" I said, "Well, I went to college, and I at Tennessee Tech in Cookeville, and I came back and I got in the golf business." And I did say golf business. I remember to this day that I did say that word. And she goes, "Golf pro?" She said, "You're a golf pro?" She said, "I thought you'd turn out better than that." She said, "Like you were really smart in school. I thought you'd be a doctor or a lawyer, or a golf pro." And I said, "Well, I guess it's as good as cutting hair." Now that was a big move. She had the scissors in her hand. And it wasn't that nice. What did we say about being nicer? I should have been nicer. But I don't know, it took me back a little bit, It's like, what in the world? So 3 quick things. 3 P's hit me as I thought about tonight. Passion, perseverance, and personal development were 3 that hit me. So I've been teaching golf for 34 years, and I love it and as impassioned about it today as when I started, maybe more. There's absolutely 0% chance that I'm stopping teaching until there's no retirement. I hope it ends like it did for Coach Conrad Railing. He taught on Tuesday, and he died in his sleep on Thursday at 87 years old. And I'm hoping I can get that far, but that's what I hope happens with me. And but I just love teaching, and as I said earlier, there's just no place I feel more at home than when I'm in a group of golf professionals. Everybody here, we just understand each other, and other people don't understand us, And so then personal development, that class I had in college, it was an elective class, and it was a class on personal development. I had never heard of this stuff. I'd never read Think and Grow Rich and How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it kind of put me on a path, and then that question that I answered put me on a path. And obviously I failed, like I didn't reach that goal. But in that type of failure is where we learn. I didn't wake up in the morning trying to jump over a 1-foot bar. I woke up every morning trying to set the world record of 8 feet and jump, be the high jump champion. Now, I didn't get there, but I tell you what, I woke up every morning on fire to work out, to practice, to find somebody to help me, and I certainly encourage that because I think it leads to good things. And then perseverance-wise, shy kid, it's hard to even explain how nervous things like this make me. I can still remember my first PGA meeting and where we went around the room and we introduced ourselves and we gave our name and where we taught and we had to stand up. The level of fight or flight that went through me, the sweaty palms, the different things. And so part of the perseverance is like, I'm in an extroverted field as an introverted person, and then I adopt and adapt, and you just keep going. But it hits me sometimes that may be the greatest thing we can be, right? Is every time something happens to us that we get up and we keep getting up and we keep getting up and we keep persevering. And so I think that's a big thing that kind of hit me as I was thinking about this award. And in conclusion, as Brian and Catherine were growing up, I wanted to think about what's the simple thing or simple things that I can say to them so that they don't have 10 things going through their mind. What can I boil it down to? And one of the things I would say is do your best. And I say it to my students. I always talk to them about do your best. And it really, when you think about sports psychology, it really hits how sports psychology works, which is you need to stay in the present moment. You need to control what you have control over. And I think that really hits it. And so there's no room of people that I'm in where there's people who are doing their best for golf, like this room right here. And I hope that we continue, and we will, to do our best. And I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate this award. Thank you very much.
PGA Golf Professional of the Year. The PGA Golf Professional of the Year is determined annually by the Georgia PGA to honor someone whose total contributions to the game best exemplify the complete PGA golf professional. While the honor is based on the candidate's entire record, special emphasis is placed on performance in areas such as service to the section and the association, leadership ability, and the promotion of golf. From Ocean Forest Golf Club, please welcome your 2022 PGA Professional of the Year, John Wade.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know everyone's tired and ready to get home, and I know some of you are going to be traveling down to the Golden Isles tomorrow for the Invitational. So if you'll just bear with me, I'll get through this and we'll be on our way. I'd like to first thank the Weir Foundation and Club Car for presenting the 16th Annual Award Scholarship Banquet tonight. I hope that I speak for the 800-plus Georgia PGA professionals when I say we appreciate what you do and how involved you are in this section. To the Georgia PGA, I've had the pleasure of working in a couple of different sections, and I can say without a doubt, and I promise to each and every one of you, we have the finest people in the world at the Georgia PGA. Like all of us, they have good days and bad days, but their love and their passion for the section, for us members, and those involved seem to never waver. I thank you. Special thank you to my family, my wife Tammy, 25 years, my daughter Mackenzie, my son Parker, my mom Marie, and my mother-in-law Bonnie. Thank you for being here. I would elaborate more, but you can see where I'm going to go, and everybody's ready to go, and that's only going to delay this, so we're not going to talk about that anymore. You guys know how I feel. I have to thank Ocean Forest Golf Club, its membership, the Sea Island Company, and certainly my current staff. I'm so honored to be the director of golf at such a world-class golf club and to work for such a great and iconic company. To the countless assistants and staff members that I've had the pleasure of leading, I thank you. Each of you have made me a better professional in person. This award is as much yours as it is mine. Congratulations to the winners tonight. You're not here by accident. You're being recognized for your talent, your hard work, your dedication to this wonderful and grand game of golf and the business that has come from it. I actually may be here by accident, to be very honest with you. If you'll just bear with me for a second. I grew up in Martinsville, Virginia. Doubt any of you may know where that is, but it is just across the line from Greensboro, North Carolina. We had 4 news stations. 3 of them came from North Carolina, Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem. I say that because I didn't play golf as a kid. Mother's a nurse, father's an auto mechanic. I was a basketball, football, baseball, track guy. But my first love was basketball. And I know that we're in dog country. I know we got a Michigan State fan right over there, right? right? That's what I thought. But I fell in love with the Tar Heels. It's the first team I ever saw play. Became a huge Tar Heel fan. And what I didn't know was how important that was going to be in my career, that I had no idea where I was going to be and how important that was going to be to me. So I was fortunate enough, I got through school, went to community college first, played basketball, got into the junior college ranks. It's not bad for a kid from Martinsville, Virginia. And I decided that I would transfer into Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, and started going to school there. My basketball career is over. Picked up the game of golf. Got a summer job at the golf course out on the maintenance crew, cutting cups. And just so happens they allowed us to play golf once we got done with our work. And it just so happened that I played with 3 friends that were all Division I golfers. Being competitive by nature, seemed to pick it up pretty quick, but really had no idea what I was doing. So continue to kind of play and continue to fall in love with it, and fell in love with it just instantly, and just wanted to improve to the point that even when I Old Dominion, I started scheduling my classes where maybe I could hit balls or something before or after, depending on where daylight savings times fell, and then got a part-time job so I could go for free. There's no way I could afford it if I had to pay for it. So let's fast forward. I've now played some amateur events and probably think I'm a lot better than what I was. And school's ending. Got to do something now with your life. And I'm telling you guys, I am lost. I have no idea what I want to do for a living. And my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, said, hey, I saw that Seascape Golf Links in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, is looking for some help. Why don't you go down there for the summer, live on the island? You've been going to school, enjoy yourself, and then we'll figure this thing out in the fall. Mom, you probably don't even know this, but I said, well, what would it hurt? So I threw my name in the hat, and I honestly did not know what I was applying for. Somehow, some way, I got a phone call, and I went down to interview for what I really didn't know with PGA professional Brian Sullivan. Well, I knew of Brian Sullivan. He was a very good golfer, had won everything in the Carolina section at least once, played in multiple tour events, and he had just won like his 5th straight Virginia Beach Open. This guy was unbelievable and still is. So I sat down, he starts asking me questions, this, that, and the other, and he says a couple of kind of probably key questions that you would ask someone, and this is like 3 questions in, and I'm like, this guy's looking for an assistant professional, and I don't even know what that means. I've never paid attention to all that. Well, about 5 questions in, he realizes the same thing, so it's very awkward. I mean, it is like, oh, Lord, just get me out of here. And he then asked me the question that changed my life forever. You guys are going to laugh when you hear the question. He said, well, hey, John, I see that you've played basketball and you played at a pretty high level. What's your favorite team? I said, Brian, I'm a lifelong Tar Heel fan, and I've always been a Tar Heel fan. He goes, I was an All-American at the University of North Carolina. Played with Davis Love and Jack Nicklaus Jr. How about you be here at 8 o'clock Monday morning and we'll figure this thing out together? And that's how I got into the golf business. True story. And it's been a journey, because I'm standing here in front of you 26 years later, receiving an award that's just unbelievable. You heard Cary, who is just absolutely phenomenal. What a great human being you are. And we thank you for all that you do. But you heard him read that This award is determined annually by the Georgia PGA to honor the working club professional whose total contributions to the game best exemplify and complete the PGA golf professional. I can't truly articulate what this award means to me, but I stand before you this evening because this is what God called me to do, and that's to serve people. The game and the business is just the avenue in which I honor His calling. I'm here because of the people that God put in my life at just the right time and just when I needed them. I could go on for hours thinking individuals who have shaped me as a PGA professional, helped me develop. Many of you are in this room, and you may not even know how you've impacted my life. I'd like to call you out by name, each and every one that's helped me throughout my career, but I'm afraid I'll leave someone out, and I just couldn't live with that. I often speak to my staff and others of the dedication that the professional gives our grand sport, their passion, the love for their game. You know, a great golf professional will get just excited as for Mrs. Smith to break 100 for the first time as receiving news that one of their juniors won the state junior championship. That's a class professional and a class individual to be that broad. We probably didn't really get into this business because of money. Most of the time we're criticized that we're even making too much money. I've never really understood that. Every business I know expects the best people to make great money. My good friend Mike Harmon, who's now retired from Secession Golf Club, often drew parallel of our jobs to that of a pastor. Let a pastor pull up in a 7 Series BMW in a parking spot and see what happens. But in that vein, the membership, their families, and their guests are like a congregation, and we, the professionals, are there to serve. I actually feel that I'm very rich, man. Through this glorious game, I've made 1 million friends. Money cannot buy the relationships that I have. The game and this business has given me more than I deserve. I read a wonderful quote Wednesday by James Dean, who said, "Gratification comes in doing, not in results." That statement truly speaks to me. The process one takes at getting better at their game, their craft or profession, someone else's development, or whatever's important to you is what it's all about. Gratification comes to me by serving my fellow man and helping the young individuals, just as I was helped over the last few years, call it 26 plus. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for this award and recognition. I hope you can tell that I didn't take it lightly, and that call that you gave was just incredible, and I wouldn't want it from anyone else, Cary. So as I close, and we leave here to go serve, improve, develop meaningful relationships, I cannot help but see the excellence that is in this room and in this PGA section. With that, I leave you with one additional thought by Paul Meyer. Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intentions, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and vision to see obstacles as opportunities. In my eyes, this is all of you. You define excellence. Congratulations to everyone this evening, and thank you for this incredible award. Good night.
Nobody serves the game more eloquently and beautifully than you do, John. Thank you. That was wonderful. Scott's going to come up here and do our raffle here in just a second, but before we move to that, I just wanted to take a quick second to just thank our staff tonight. Scott Gordon, Pat Day, Carrie Ann Byrne, Michael Rakowski, Haley Estes, Destiny Hall, Dominic Smith, Tanner Higgins. Great show you guys put on tonight. Thank you so much for everything you do for us on a night, day-to-day, night-to-night, week-to-week basis. It's unbelievable the hard work that you guys put in. So that will conclude my portion for the evening. Thank you for letting me host you tonight. It was wonderful to be here and be with all of you. And with that, I'll hand it over to Scott.
All right, we will wrap up here. Before closing remarks, I want to do the raffle. Thank you all for those that participated. I'm going to bring up Mackenzie and Parker here, who John just mentioned. They're going to draw it for us. You want to read it?
Say the numbers.
Yep.
9606481.
Looks like we got a winner. So the winning amount is $860, and better yet, they're going to give it to you. If you'd hand it to That is right. Yes. Checks out. Thank you. Mackenzie Parker, round of applause. I'll wrap up with this. I know it's a long night, but you can feel how much this means to every one of our golf professionals. And remember, these awards are voted on by their peers. John said it best, we're in this industry to serve. We are a people industry. And I'm thankful every day that I get to do that. I'm thankful every day that I get to serve you. Thank you again to the staff. Cary mentioned everybody. Thank you. Thank you to the Mercedes-Benz staff, and a special thank you to the Weir Foundation and Club Car for their continued support. One more round of applause for them. And the last thing, please drive safely. Hopefully the weather's better. And remember your validation tickets as you leave. And thank you all so much for attending this great evening. Thank you.